Hi there, welcome to Terraland Soap Opera. Today I'm going to do a reading for Libra energy, and like usual on this channel, we're going to do two rows. I refer to the top row as high vibe Libra energy, and the bottom row is a more worldly, shadowy Libra energy, because we've all got our dualistic nature. We can align with our more worldly nature, which also can be our more fearful, insecure, prideful, egotistical, codependent, immature, lustful, greedy. The list goes on. Or we can align with our more hopeful, believing, loving nature and believe in our dreams and offer love to ourselves and forgiveness and compassion to ourselves and others, to work together with people in a more emotionally mature, just and fair way, treating other people the way we like to be treated. But there's all sorts of people in the world, and everybody in their Libra energy has their idea of how they want to live their life. Everybody in the world, regardless of how they're living their life, probably thinks it's just and fair in their Libra energy. So we just need to see the truth about different people we come in contact with. Is what we think just and fair what they think is just and fair? And in our free will, we can build a foundation based on love, or we build a foundation more on our worldly egoic view of life. So let's go see. To keep moving forward in life, we have to keep loving ourselves, to kind of face our fears of moving forward in life differently. Like, we've lived our life a certain way. Now if I think I want to go do things differently, I have to offer myself that cup of love to tap into my more hopeful, believing nature of the Page of Wands, our fiery nature of hope and faith and belief kind of in our dreams, and then the Aquarius star card, which is about our dreams, and then to take action on our dreams to go on this adventure in life. And the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy about learning lessons. You know, it's just like taking a job, learning a job. If we can take then those skills and lessons that we've learned to take on a job with more responsibility in that company or with another company or in our own businesses or whatever, we move to the next level of life, facing our fears to believe I can go to that next level of life and take what I've learned to keep moving forward to hopefully grow to my full potential. So that's like what high vibe energy is about. But at times we can all get caught up in our head, in our fears, and our insecurities, tempted to just keep doing life the way we've been doing it. Why might we be tempted to keep doing life the way we've been doing it? Well, we would be kind of emotionally indulging, maybe living more from our mind than our heart, because we all have our creative, inspired, intuitive nature. And that was, kind of like telling us it's kind of time to move forward, but we can resist listening to our intuition. And we all got to move forward kind of when we're ready to move forward. And but there could be a lot of things we could love about the way we were living our life. But there is some problem at times. Because some of you're not in this inner conflict, you've already moved on. But the reason is because we have some mental conflict about listening to our intuition in the Two of Swords, which is Libra energy. We have a dream. We wanted a dream to come in, or we thought the way we were living our life, like maybe some of the people in our life were going to move forward with us in that way. And then some people in our life, they might be like, no, I am not willing to take a leap of faith to do life differently. And it's like, I thought I thought we were all kind of on the same page, and kind of thought we all had the same dream, and I thought we were all willing to kind of be inspired by hope and faith and belief and love to kind of get out of our ego so that we wouldn't kind of keep repeating an old pattern. And we can all be kind of tempted to repeat an old pattern, and we'll keep repeating an old pattern until we're ready to move forward. And there could be people in people's lives, they could like to move forward, But if there's other people in their life, whether that's a family member or a friend group or something, and they're not kind of willing to move forward in that way, well, then it can keep other people staying in relationship with those people. Like if they don't move forward and view life differently, then I'm not going to move forward and view life differently. And sometimes we see the truth of it. So we could know some people who either they want to be in a relationship with someone else, if it's not a romantic, well, if it is romantic and they want to be in a relationship with someone else, we see the truth of it. For other people, we could view them as more codependent, that because high vibe energy is about being more independent, and some people can just be codependent on their friends or family. Like if those people don't move forward in life any differently, then I'm not going to move forward in life any differently. And then if we're in a relationship with them, we kind of see that they're kind of manipulated by these other things in their life. And we kind of realize maybe our dream isn't going to come into reality with them. Because if other people in our life that we wanted to have a dream come into reality with have other people in their life who kind of, I guess the only thing to say is they're more codependent on them, and they're not maybe willing to stand up for themselves and be more independent. And we just see the truth of it. And it's like, shadowy energy can be these things that manipulate people. And if there's other things, some people are more, we could get in relationships with people and we're kind of inspired to go on this journey to move forward in a certain way. And there can be love there and inspiration to go on that journey. But then maybe as time goes by in the relationship, we could kind of realize that we had different ways of viewing the world, and our idea of the dream life and the dream relationship. One person could be someone who does live more from their mind than their heart. I view the King of Swords as Libra energy. And it's like, we're supposed to make our life more about these things of the world. We're supposed to get in a relationship, go on this journey to look like we have our dreams coming into reality. We look victorious and successful because we have these things of the world. But sometimes people who are like that get in a relationship with someone who is not as much about making their life about conforming to the world. Their idea of the dream life and their truth is, I adhere to a higher truth and justice, not making my life about the world. And in our dualistic nature, we have the free will. Some people's truth is, we should live life like this. We move forward like this. We make our life about these things. We make our life about the world. We do not listen to our intuition. We do not connect in with our maybe more creative, inspired nature. We are motivated and inspired by the world to get the justice we deserve according to what the world tells us will make us look victorious and successful. Conforming to the world and making our life about those things. That is just and fair. And other people are like, ah, high vibe energy is about being more independent from your ego nature, worldly nature. I think life's an adventure to be lived, and I think we're supposed to listen to our intuition, and I think we're supposed to look at life from a higher perspective. And high vibe Aquarius, which they might, down here, the Seven of Swords is Aquarius, they might harness a more worldly Aquarius view of life. Other people harness what we'd refer to as a more high vibrational Aquarius energy, which is stepping outside of societal norms to bring needed change to the world. Shadowy energy, kind of represented by the devil, things that limit us, restrict us, imprison us. We don't give birth to anything new. We keep repeating an old pattern. High vibe energy, represented by God at the big picture, is about giving birth to new things. If everybody were to keep repeating old patterns, we'd still be cave people today. You know, we are creators and manifestors, and we were given our fiery, creative, inspired, intuitive nature. And Aquarius is also air sign energy of the mind. Um, you know, our creative, inspired, intuitive nature, and using our mind and our creativity to not be manipulated by all these things of the world and manipulated by our emotions and manipulated by our mind. We are meant to master our thoughts and our emotions so we aren't just manipulated by those, because that can get us caught up. Well, kind of run our life off into the ditch like, oh my gosh, I love them, but it's not a just and fair and balanced relationship. We can get caught up in our mind of defensiveness to believing in ourselves and believing in our dreams, and we don't go live the life of our dreams. High vibe energy is being free to go live your authentic life that's aligned with your truth from love. And not everyone else in our life or in our family is motivated and inspired by the same things we are. You know, some people are doctors and lawyers and accountants, and some people are musicians and artists and painters and, you know, the whole spectrum in between. Are we supposed to do what seems logical and practical and make our life about what other people make their life about? We have our own authentic nature and our own authentic dreams that make our whole life worth living. And some people just reject that nature within themselves. And they might have had people in their life that told them, you shouldn't do that. You know, you shouldn't be your own unique self. You shouldn't go follow your dream. You should make your life about this. And then some of those people, because that's how they make their life, they've decided that's how I'm going to make my life. And it's like, oh my God, I can't live my life like that. High vibe people are moving forward in life. You know, and the whole thing is, sometimes we don't even know what our creative, inspired thing is that really is the thing that lights us up until we're maybe even in our 30s or our 40s, because we just haven't had enough exposure to different things in the world. And then when we do, like, oh my gosh, like, dang, would never thought that when I was 21, but I want to open a landscaping business, or I think I want to take painting classes, or I think I want, you know, I want to go sing more out in public, or, you know, whatever it could be. And if we're in relationships with people they might not like, and it might cause them a lot more mental conflict, if we start to kind of step out of the box because they don't like to step out of the box. And then you're kind of being more creative and inspired and maybe took that cup of love from the divine to tap into your more creative, inspired nature. And then some people are like, you're different. I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore because I'm not comfortable living my life like that. And I'm going to go find someone, which is their free will too. They have their free will to live their life whatever way they want. But if other people kind of get in some mismatched friendships, relationships, or workplaces where I do want to be, you know, not doing things and staying in things more out of ego, because the Six of Wands leaves behind the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands can be in our Leo nature, our more competitive, prideful, egotistical, whatever way of being. I don't want to be in relationships that are like that. I don't want to be in workplaces that are like that. I want to be in relationships with people who are motivated and inspired to be loving and encouraging and supportive of other people, for them to believe in their dreams, you know, because shadowy energy can be competitive energy like the Five of Wands. Well, I don't want you to seem like to do your own authentic thing because maybe it would look like you're more creative and inspired than me, or that you're more got your own unique thing, and I don't like that. And you know, I want to be in relationships with people who encourage other people to do their thing. You be great. I'm glad that you're great. You know, because I'm not you. And we need people in the world doing that thing. If you're going to be a nurse, I'm glad you're a nurse. If you're an accountant, I'm glad you're an accountant. I want you to succeed. Sometimes people are really shadowy where they don't want other people to do well in the world because they kind of are egotistical and self-centered and they don't like other people shining their light because they like people to focus on them and make them the center. You know, everybody is like someone who takes attention away from them. You know, it's just such a weird way of viewing life, but some people are like that. As some people are moving forward in life, they're communicating with people in their life. This is how I'm moving forward, offering people love and encouragement to overcome their fears and insecurities, to not be manipulated emotionally. Because we can get in relationships with people who get in a relationship with us, but then they don't really authentically emotionally invest in it. But you are someone who really authentically emotionally invests in people. And then once they get you in the relationship, then they could decide they can be immature or bossy or controlling because you love them and they know you love them. Well, now I can manipulate you. Now I can be deceptive and manipulative. And you're like, what the fuck? Why are you acting like this? And it's really confusing because you did love them. You wanted this dream to move forward. And for quite a while, we can indulge people in their shadowy ways of being because we're hoping that, you know, wherever they're acting that way, that they'll knock it off. But eventually, we have to see the truth that there's people in my life that because I am a loving and encouraging person and I am emotionally invested in them, they think they can be kind of bossy or controlling or deceptive or manipulative or immature or try to make it where, you know, people can get spoiled in a relationship too. Like, oh, well, this person always kind of chases after me. I can be these ways or I can kind of ignore them and they always come chasing after me because they love me. And then it's kind of where the scales are tipped in their favor. And then they can get more and more spoiled over time. Like as if the reason why you are the way you are is because of them. And also knowing that you love them and you want the relationship to keep moving forward, that you'll kind of indulge them in poor behavior. And eventually it's like, I'm done. You know, I was doing all of that because, yes, I had love for you and I wanted to be in this long term friendship or relationship with you. And we maybe already been in a long term friendship or relationship. I wanted it to keep moving forward. But somewhere along the way, someone decided, oh, I think this person will kind of indulge me in poor behavior. And for a while, people could have. And then they're like, I'm standing up for what I believe in, and I'm not going to keep indulging people in their poor behavior. I am going to listen to my intuition, and I am going to love and believe in myself and give myself the things that I wish other people would have given me. Offer myself that cup of love, take that cup of love from the divine that I deserve to be in just and fair and balanced relationships. And even though there might be a part of me that would still like to kind of be in relationship with them or reach out to them or communicate with them, because I've seen the truth that some people were being kind of immature, it stops me from taking action towards those people. I'm not going to repeat that pattern. I'm moving forward in justice, fairness, truth, and love. And I guess if they want to keep working on this relationship, they're going to have to speak their truth about how they were kind of not seeing the truth and being kind of deceptive or manipulative or caught up in their head or their fear or their immature nature or whatever. And some of those people are like, nope, not going to do it. It's like, okay, then I guess we see where everybody stands. High vibe people wish them peace and high vibe people move on. The other people might be angry that they couldn't deceive and manipulate you. And that's the thing. you're either being truthful and honest and just and fair in a relationship, or people are being kind of immature and prideful and egotistical and manipulative. They just didn't think you would see the truth. And then they can get in their ego that they did emotionally indulge their more immature nature, thinking they were the star of the show and you'd keep indulging them in their poor behavior, and that they could keep moving forward in their ego and you'd keep indulging them in their poor behavior. But things changed in the Wheel of Fortune, and you stood up for yourself, and you spoke your truth and said, I am moving forward like this. And I guess if you want to move forward with me, I'm willing to let you go, basically, in the Four of Cups. This will be a missed opportunity in love, because it's only love if people are working cooperatively with you in a just and fair and loving manner. And you weren't. So I'm going to give myself that cup of love because I had someone in my life who was trying to manipulate me. And some people are too prideful and egotistical to get out of their ego to move forward with you in that way. And then there's other people in your life, that you could communicate with that are those hopeful, believing spirit. And those people are willing to move forward with you in that way. Friends and family members. And you inspire them to believe in themselves and believe in their dreams and to not operate more from their ego and being deceptive and manipulative or cold or bossy or controlling or immature. And they keep moving forward with you in the energy of love, working together with you cooperatively. And some people won't. What's coming up for people who harness some high vibe Libra energy that they might not see coming? And then as you're moving forward, because you have free will and there's all sorts of people in the world, there's going to be some people, whether they're people from your past or people you meet, that are kind of in more immature nature. They might think that you're sad because you're not maybe in this old relationship if you're single. But what they don't realize is you've taken that cup of love and this whole situation transformed your whole life. You're motivated and inspired in a way that you weren't motivated and inspired before. And you love yourself. And some people, though, think, oh, I can come in and I can stop you from moving forward to indulge me in a relationship. I want to be the next person to indulge in a relationship with you. But the thing is, you're not as naive and gullible as you were before. And you've also gotten out of your more worldly, egoic nature, not as tempted as you could have been in the past by your lustful, greedy, immature nature. And you will communicate with those people, how you're going to move forward in life. And some of those people are like, oh, I got to go. Yeah, no, I didn't realize they learned to love themselves. I thought I could just be the next person to get them to get in a relationship with me and emotionally invest in me. And then I could live more from my mind than my heart and just kind of indulge myself in a relationship. But shit, this person wants to do love and authenticity and justice and fairness. Yeah, and some of those people are going to have to go back to where they came from. And other people have that hopeful, believing spirit. And when you tell them your truth and they get to know you, they'll be inspired to move forward with you in that way and offer love to work cooperatively together with you. What's coming up for the high vibe people if you're not already in that type of relationship already? What's coming up that the high vibe Libra people might not see coming? The Ten of Swords, which is completing a cycle. Why? Because of the Death card, which is about death and transformation. Because you were no longer willing to stay in dead energy, which is basically unloving energy, unjust, unfair energy, you completed a cycle and it's going to transform your whole life. And you're going to move forward It's kind of like, again, if we have to repeat certain patterns of life until we learn the lesson, you learn the lesson. And because of that, you emotionally detach from some people in your life, no longer up in your head about it. When we complete the 10 of swords, we come out with the truth and we have these new beginnings. It could have been a lot of hard work because the one wand comes out after the 10 of wands. It took a lot of work and effort of feeling maybe overwhelmed to work through all the mental confusion of people who you thought were loving and just and fair and creative and inspired, and then to realize if they were that type of person, they're not that type of person anymore, or maybe they never were. And you drop the burden and you have this new beginning, no longer in your ego about it, no longer in your inner conflict about it, ready to go on this new adventure. And then as you're moving forward in that energy, there's going to be, in our life, because we had lessons to learn, you had lessons to learn, other people had lessons to learn, we were drawn and attracted to different people. There could be people we pushed away to not even get in friendships or relationships with, or we got out of friendships or relationships with them because we all had these lessons to go learn. Some of those people, not the people you probably most recently learned were deceptive and bossy and controlling, they're probably got to repeat a whole cycle, and who knows how long that can last. But there's going to maybe be other people in your life that you never thought you were really more on the same page with, but you weren't. You were in a different energy before. The way you viewed life, the way you lived life, the way you thought about relationships, the way you thought about yourself was different before than how you think and feel now, just from having gone through that life experience. And there could be some people that don't want to for a cycle to end with you where you like move on. They want to, some of those people will want to come with you, and if they're on the same page as you, you've both completed a cycle, transformed your life, and you're ready to move forward together. um, and to other people, it's like, nope, I don't think you've learned the lessons in life, and I think you are more immature, emotionally shallow, and superficial and shadowy Scorpio energy, and you're harnessing high vibe Scorpio. I want to be in deep, meaningful relationships, and I don't want to be in relationships with people who try to manipulate me or control me or tempt me in my worldly nature. I'll get to know you to see what your truth is. And I might be sad that some of the people who I thought were on the same page as me aren't. But some people I will meet, and some people I already know are people who are on the same page as me. So you are completing a cycle, and it will transform your whole life. The death card talks about death and transformation, giving birth to a whole new life. Much more creative and inspired than living more from your mind than your heart. What's coming up for people who harness a more worldly, shadowy Libra energy that they might not see coming? Oh, another thing for people who are going to get out of something and move forward in their life, some of the people, because they have this certain, Libra can be about people who want to create this certain image in the world, this public persona, like public politician persona, because they know they don't really do love. The only thing they have going for them, trying to get other people in a relationship, is their public image, because they're not authentic, creative, inspired, loving people authentically. Some of those people will backstab and betray you because they also don't like that you love and believe in yourself, and they will try to do things to backstab and betray you to stop you from loving and believing in yourself. Some of them because they want you to come back and do the damn relationship the way they want you to do it, as a way to manipulate you, taking immature action, getting in other relationships. I mean, what a screwy way, right? I mean, we all could have done that when we were much younger, right? I'm going to go get in a different relationship to manipulate that person and make them mad, make them sad, make them confused, so they'll come back and do the relationship the way I want. Well, we all could have done shit like that and had other people do that to us when we were a lot younger. Other people have grown up and matured themselves, and I no longer want to even be in relationships with people who pull that kind of bullshit. And I'm not trying to manipulate and control anyone. I'm offering them the truth in love. And as you keep doing shit you do, it keeps showing me that, you know, you present yourself as like a king of swords, but you're really a knight of wands, more immature. And you've got some lessons to learn that I've already learned. Thank you. That could have just sealed the deal. I'm moving on. What's coming up for the other people? The Star card, because of the Ten of Pentacles. There's some people right now that have loving, nurturing people in their life, but they're kind of shadowy, being deceptive and manipulative, not being truthful, wearing a false mask, trying to confuse people about the truth of who they are. You should move forward with me in a relationship. This will be just and fair. We will look like shining stars in the world. We will have these things that people have in the world. The problem is, some of the people in their life will fall for it. But they have some people in their life that really are people who believe in their dreams, who are in a high vibe Aquarius and Virgo energy, are very nurturing, loving, stable, grounded. You know, they're people who've learned a lot of lessons, and one of them is to have hope and faith and belief in their dreams and listen to their intuition about what's just and fair. And some of those people wanted these people to move forward with them, but these people keep being deceptive and manipulative or stubborn or prideful or taking foolish risks, immature action in a relationship. And some of these people in their life believe in their dreams and they're going to take action on their dreams and they are going to move away from these people. And some of these people did not see that coming because, again, some of these people do look like shining stars in the world and they could have money or status or power or social clout or whatever the hell they got. Really attractive, who knows? Whatever it is they have that they use to try to manipulate people. And some people want a more balanced life. I might be tempted in my worldly nature because of those things. I might be tempted just because I would like this to work. I could be tempted because I love you. I could be tempted to live more from my mind than my heart. And this does, by worldly standards, look like it has all these things in the world that I want. But I don't think I'm free to be my authentic self. I feel like it's more emotionally shallow and superficial. I feel like I'm being manipulated. I think I'm having to chase after people to try to get them to work cooperatively within a relationship. And it's maybe been overwhelming and really confusing. And, you know, if you're in a mutually loving relationship, it just flows. Is there difficulties that you have to work through? Yes. But it should be motivating and inspired by truth and love, and this isn't. And some high vibe Virgo is shadowy Virgo could be, it's all about the money and the status and the image and doing what's logical and practical with these other cards here too. High vibe Virgo is, when is enough enough? I think I have enough because those things of the world aren't so important to me if I don't have love and authentic, inspiring, creative relationships aligned with truth and love. And I'm willing to give up some of those things of the world in order to be in a more just and fair and balanced relationship. The other people, that's not how they view life, so that's why they could think that you wouldn't view life that way either. But some people who were the shining star and maybe has a lot of the stability and security, some people just thought, I don't know, for some reason, maybe thinking people were more kind of codependent energy. Like shadowy energy can be where people are trying to get other people who they view as having a certain status or image or way of being in the world, even if it's shadowy. I'm going to make you love me. I'm going to make you validate my worth and value. And some people are in that kind of mindset, kind of chasing after people that are like that. Like, because in their mind, for some reason, it could have something to do with their past or kind of how they view life. And like, oh my gosh, even if that person is, shadowy. No, no, no. I'm going to make them love me. Kind of an unresolved issue of pain and heartbreak to try to get someone to validate. And anyway, they see through the illusion, and it's like, I'm going to love myself and believe in myself. I don't need people who might be prideful, people who might be rejecting of me, people who might seem to have a certain status or image. I am going to quit. Why do I need people? What is it within me that makes me think I want people like that to validate my worth and value? Like that says something about my worth and value. Why don't I value myself enough to maybe see through the illusion of these people that why would I want to be in a relationship with them anyway if they act in these shadowy ways of being? But you know how some people can chase after people who act snooty or prideful or egotistical, and they got their own little clique, and it's a whole completely backstabbing group of people that they've created to create this illusion that they're this elite group of people, but they're shadowy to begin with. But some people, I don't know, that's never the kind of people I've wanted to chase after, but some people in their mind, like, I always wanted to be a part of that group. I always wanted those kind of people to accept me. And so then they could really put in a lot of work and effort. And some of these people, they had someone who was really could have enlightened them to a whole different way of living life because they are more emotionally mature and balanced and just and fair, but they kind of keep turning their back to people who are like that. Oh, you're like less than, and then those people are going to leave, and then they're going to realize that, well, shit, they were the only person maybe kind of making us all behave better. Now we're all going to. And sometimes people don't like people like that around because it highlights that they're not who they say they are. And it kind of highlights how they're deceptive and manipulative and superficial and shallow. And so then they can sometimes want those people to leave, because if you leave, then I'm just in relationships with the people in my life who mirror back to me that we're these just and fair and loving people, even though we're emotionally shallow, stubborn, rigid, blah, blah. And some people are going to leave their life. They're no longer caught up in the illusion about who these people are, because these people, their actions speak louder than their words. Or they have people that they know are trying to emotionally indulge them in a relationship to move forward with them. But it's really, they live more from their mind than their heart. It's not because of love. And that's why they feel manipulated and unloved in the relationship, because people aren't being truthful and honest. No, no, you should stay in the relationship with me. No, no, I really want to be in a relationship with you. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, look at me, I'll indulge you. But it's not really love. And other people have been confused about it because they seem maybe like they really love me. But I kind of feel, and I kind of like it. And I like how doting maybe they are on me. But eventually it's like, is the only reason they're doing all that is because it's good for their ego or their image or the status or the money. I want someone who authentically loves me, not for an ulterior purpose. So there you go, Libra energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.